As professionals, you're in a position to empower people with their decision making. At times, you may only be involved in one part of the decision making process, such as providing information about the person's options. Sometimes you may need to advocate for others who know the person well to become involved and provide support too. It's important you know all the elements of good decision-making processes so that you can advocate for and make sure people receive the support they need. Good support for decision-making starts with helping the decision-maker identify there is a decision to be made. People need to understand what the decision is about and be made aware of constraints affecting the process, such as limited time. Next, the decision maker is supported to express their will and preferences about the decision. That is, they need help to understand and communicate their preferences in the context of their values, priorities, and experiences. The person's will and preferences guide the options that are explored in relation to the decision. For example, a decision about where someone will live after they leave rehabilitation in hospital would be guided by their preference to return home. As such, the options explored would focus on making the existing home accessible rather than finding new accommodation. How options are discussed or presented must be understandable to the decision maker. Some people may need information provided in special formats. Others may need experiences of the options to be able to work out and express their preferences. After finding and exploring options, the decision maker is supported to understand the risks and possible consequences of the options. If there are barriers to the options, the decision maker is supported to think about how they might be overcome. Continuing with our previous example, once the options for making the home accessible have been costed, it may become clear that money is a barrier. The decision maker needs to be supported to work out whether they can live with only some of the changes that they can afford in their own home, or whether moving elsewhere might be better. Lastly, the decision maker is supported to weigh it all up and make their decision. Weighing up the options can involve listing the pros and cons and seeing which aspects have more weight for the decision maker than others. For example, remaining physically close to family and friends may be more important to the decision maker than being unable to use a section of the existing home that they can't afford to make accessible. After the decision maker has made their decision, they may need help to communicate it to others and make it happen. In summary, supporting a good decision-making process involves helping the decision maker to identify the decision to be made, explore their will and preferences about the decision, find and explore options, understand the risks and possible consequences of options, think through barriers and how they can be overcome, weigh up options, and finally make the decision. So for more information about supported decision making, please visit the South Australian Office of the Public Advocate website.